Hello everyone, welcome to Case Study 11.1, A Picky Eater. This is Greg. Greg is a 3-year-old boy with dietary likes. Basically the foods that he enjoys eating the most are macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, and applesauce. Some pretty soft or less dense foods if you ask me. His current health status is developing normally, except for he hasn't spoken yet. He also enjoys playing alone and can throw unruly or wild tantrums during feeding time, especially when foods that he does not enjoy are incorporated. What are the signs that Greg's feeding problem may be related to his speech? Well, first of all, his developmental delay in speech, his poor verbal skills especially. Also, his enjoyment of the soft textured foods could be a sign, and his dislike of other foods that create the tantrums that he throws. He also has an excessive fluid intake, especially of sugary drinks. Currently, researchers at Marcus Autism Center at Emory University School of Medicine reviewed and analyzed all sorts of scholarly articles, especially on eating problems and the autism spectrum disorder. They found that children like Greg are 5 times more likely to have mealtime challenges, including these tantrums, the extreme food selectivity, and any other sort of strange or ritualistic type eating behaviors. Because Greg is growing well and meeting all his energy needs, why not just wait for him to mature and accept other foods? Well, his current energy needs may be met, but they are from very poor nutrient sources. The sugars from a lot of these foods cause those food choices to be more calorie dense as opposed to nutrient dense. So long-term cessation from this type of diet would not be ideal. He also has the possible tendency to develop a dependency for specific types of feeding or only eating the types of foods that he prefers. That same institute, as mentioned previously, found that inadequate nutrition is more common among children with autism than those unaffected by the disorder. But the strong thing they noticed was calcium deficiency. Calcium is crucial for the developmental process, as well as consuming adequate protein levels. Through Greg's current diet, neither of these types of nutrients are being met. Chronic eating problems also may increase his risk for social cues or lack thereof. He may never achieve his full academic potential and also have an increased risk for diet-related diseases such as obesity, cardiovascular disease. Why would there be concerns with the pediatrician's statement that Greg will eat when he's hungry? Well, as we stated earlier, his calorie-dense foods will cause him to misperceive his hunger, especially those sugary drinks. Other internal or gastrointestinal issues and disorders can arise, especially stemming from the high sugar content, off insulin levels, as well as the strange or atypical food sources. These calorie-dense foods versus nutrient-dense foods may give him more energy or meet his energy demands in the short term, but long term his body and overall development will be solely based on nutrient-dense foods. So without them, that development will be severely influenced. His nonverbal development would also worsen. Without having adequate nutrient sources, his brain may never develop the cognitive skills to help improve his speech. Finally, poor association in general with food and when to eat would also hurt any type of social behaviors he may encounter. Here are a few references in order to solve Greg's little riddle. Thank you for listening. Take care.